I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. They had to have been listening to Reddit. Hey YouTube, we're gonna go over Division 2 patch notes. Those patch notes suck, Callie. You know they suck. Bear with me now. Everything about that was worrying. Everything. Agents! First, a huge thank you to all the agents that joined us for the private Open Viewpoint Museum mission. Capital Runes now available in Skirmish. Chem Launcher now available. Raise level cap to 7 to 8. Get a regression. The private beta is not carried over, of course. The drop rate of signature weapons ammo has been increased. Thank God. Adjusted weapon mods to make sure drawbacks are generally lower than positive bonuses. Oh, that's a shame. I did like the +1, -1 mechanic. Recoil and accuracy statistics tweaked on several weapons. The RPM and semi-automatic weapons have been reduced overall. Yeah, because at USC you can bind it to a repeater macro. Fix Lucky Shot talent to make sure it doesn't proc on every pellet of it. Every pellet? Oh, I missed out on some fun stuff. The extra talent to give percentage-based ammo increase instead of fixed number. Nice. Made several adjustments to the power level and handling of specialization mission weapons. Decreased Jefferson Trade Center boss armor and damage. Jefferson Trade Center boss armor and damage. The boss wasn't that strong. We talking about the one where the sniper chick's at the back? Enemy health, armor, and co-op has also slightly increased. Oh, decrease enemy health and armor in co-op while also slightly increasing enemy lethality. You made it less bullet spongy? Not the way I would have gone with that, but we'll see. Because they were already crazy easy to kill. Decreased veteran elite rushers armor by half? What? Why? What? Decreased armor plating health of the Grand Washington Hotel boss on story mode only. Decreased health of early game hyena NPCs. Decreased armor plating health for the underground tank. Decreased the lethality and health armor of enemy NPCs in the world tier. Who complained? What? Were people getting shit on? The enemies were dying in one shot. You didn't get to decrease anything. It was perfect. Remove the bleed status effect from RPG explosion. Decrease damage of Black Tusk Rusher weapon. Enemy NPCs will now hit the player slightly more often when the player uses cover to cover. Decreased accuracy of early game hyena NPCs. Decreased accuracy and duration of early game hyena's thrower tear gas grenade. Increased stability and fuse of tear gas. Improved accuracy of outcast tanks, melee tanks, so hitting a backpedaling targets easier. What the hell? Are you listening to Reddit? Huh? Increase the team-wide cooldown for enemy NPC grenades, RC cars, and suicide drones? Why? Slightly decrease the accuracy of the hyena thrower grenade launcher. Decrease speed of NPC airburst grenades. Increased wind-up time for enemy NPC grenade launchers. Greatly decreased the elite version of the hyena's rusher's stun baton shock status effect and added a cooldown on when it could be applied again.
The only thing that Zeke wants is the fucking nausea thing.
What? No, that was the only thing. They needed to change the nausea.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing that you wanted off.
What? Hard mode? This game is going to be super easy.
They do the Destiny, catering to the casual.
They're doing a Destiny. Don't do a Destiny. Fuck the casual players. Why? That's what difficulty settings are for.
Just create 2 different servers, hardcore and softcore. Holy shit, that would be amazing.
Despite the meme potential, sorry Reddit, they are just watching Reddit, and that's okay. Yeah, so Reddit ruining games again. Rushers do not curse as much while rushing the player anymore. NPC will now stop reacting to a seeker mine if it's retargeted. Decrease the maximum distance enemy NPC medics will travel to revive their allies. Removed erroneous light flare from True Sun's turret. Enemy NPC flying drones will now explode midair when their owner dies. Black Tusk mini tanks will no longer erroneously climb ladders, use drop downs, do leap overs, and other types of special navigation. You mean that was super cool when the tanks hopped over a waist-high cover and it was fucking impressive? You remove that?
They added, they killed Alex.
Veteran, elite, and named NPCs are now easier to stagger. Increase the mobility of the big dog during combat slightly. Good dog. Enemy NPC interacting with an object will now be easier to interrupt. Decrease movement speed of the elite version of the Hyena's RC car. NPCs will now switch targets a bit more frequently and naturally during combat and co-op. Elite NPCs will no longer stagger when afflicted with a disrupt status effect. Increase the size of Black Tusk suicide drone hitbox. Decreased speed of elite suicide drone. Increased wind-up time for NPCs using mounted weapon and added more signaling to their use. Decreased likelihood of early game hyena NPCs from flanking the player. What? What? Decreased likelihood of early game hyena NPCs from flanking the player, so they're not a threat anymore. They're pulling a Destiny. Oh my god, don't listen to Reddit when you're making changes to your game. Decrease the Black Tusk Warhound self-destruct wind-up time. Enemy NPCs are now able to hear nearby bullet impacts. Decrease the range at which NPCs hear player gun. Decrease the range? It's a gun. It's loud. Enemy NPC throwers and controllers now attempt to avoid targeting the same player. You mean in a cool way that meant concentrated fire? Improved appearance of NPCs using LMGs if they briefly lose sight of the line of sight to the player. NPC reactions radius now correctly match those of the grenades thrown. Fixed some inconsistencies when NPCs reacting to player grenades. Black Tusk revive drones now correctly shock those around them when their weak points destroyed. Decreased time required to automatically mark a target. Decreased time required to transition out of combat state. Reduce cooldown on a combat roll to 0.5 seconds. It's going back to the SMG meta where you just flip and spin around people. Decrease airburst, grenade, and incendiary airburst. Improve player skill drones follow behavior. Sniper turret now does extra damage with headshots. Sniper turret improvements smoke closely match input. Assault turret aiming improvements to be more snappy and accurate. They were already pretty accurate. Improve pathfinding of seeker mines so they prefer more direct path to their target available. Greatly reduce difficulty of Grand Washington Hotel mission. Improve the combat behavior for Agent Kelso. Adjusted material acquisition and blueprint cost for crafting. I hope you made it more expensive. For permanent unlocks, you better have made it more expensive. Oh my god, Ooh, I was really hype and now I'm really worried. Everything about that was worrying. Everything. All of those notes make me... I don't know. They have over-casualized it crazy hard. They've reduced the intricate AI behavior that that hyenas had. So they don't flank you anymore. They don't concentrate fire, and they just have less health, even though they didn't have much health to begin with. The only good thing was NPC switching targets more intelligently. Basically the only good thing. Like, why would you make the game easier when if you just had a good sniper, you could one-shot everything? Were they listening to Reddit? I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Endgame content, if the hyenas were flanking you, if they were concentrating fire, if they were focusing on single targets at a time, if they were focusing on your support guys, if the drones were all crazy and active and hard to hit, that would have been the most insane endgame ever. But now I'm worried. Now I'm really worried about it. I'm worried about the endgame. I don't know now. Now I really need to try the open. Really need to try the open beta.
Does this mean Anthem's gonna replace Division?
Maybe. Meanwhile, EA and BioWare is like, they shot themselves in the foot. There's new content next month. Make the game difficult. Make it asinine. Make it a challenge. Don't over casualize it, because you know what happens when you over casualize? You get Destiny 2. Like, I love the idea of game developers saying like, hey, we want more casual players, but don't cater to the casual.